Hi, how are you doing today? The most important factor which determines the outcome of the interview is showcasing strengths and abilities to the interviewer. There are two aspects in this. One is discovering what are the strengths and abilities, and the second aspect is exhibiting those in the shortest time possible in the interview. In this video, we will talk about how to discover the strengths and abilities that you possess. Understanding one's strengths and abilities are not only important for the interview perspective, it is also very essential for the overall development, growth, and success of the individual. Aristotle said, knowing oneself is the beginning of all wisdom. According to John Maxwell, to grow yourself, you must know yourself. So, what are strengths and how do we acquire strengths? None of us is born with strengths. Yes, some of us will certainly have some genetic strengths. However, the majority of strengths stem from our interest, and as we gain more experience, we begin to develop strengths that carry us forward for the remainder of our lives. For instance, when you were young, you might have observed your parents or peers doing things a certain way. Because you were very young and easily influenced at that time, these experiences made a lasting impression on your mind. Now, many years later, with no personal experience, things just happen to come naturally to you. People call you a genius and tell you that you have natural talent and ability in this area. However, little do they realize that you are strong in this area because of your interest and the keen observation skills that sparked your curiosity at a younger age. Some of your strengths will be easier to identify, while other strengths will be more subtle and difficult to pinpoint. For instance, are you courageous, energetic, focused, helpful, productive, caring, disciplined, flexible, motivated, outgoing, trustworthy, warm, determined, artistic, analytical, adventurous, compassionate, optimistic, patient, curious, inspiring, organized, responsible, precise, team-oriented, etc. These are all very subtle things that you might overlook when you building your list of strengths. However, they are all aspects of your personality that can provide you the strength when you need them in difficult times. Now that you understood about what are the strengths and how we acquired strengths, let's now figure out how to understand what strengths we have. Number one, what comes natural to you? Pay close attention to the things you do with ease and that you generally achieve a good result from. Pay attention to the areas in which you get a natural feeling that everything is running smoothly and that you have everything under control. What are your significant achievements? Write down and prepare a list. Number two, what people say about you, like what your friends talk about you when you do some work, what your parents tell you when you accomplish something, or when your faculty compliments you when you deliver something. What they say about you could be your strengths. Number three, crisis management. The biggest testimony of your strengths is when you manage a certain crisis. We take our experience for granted, not realizing that our strengths to overcome and deal with difficult times. Have you managed any crisis? How you managed it? And what skills were required to manage it? Those are your strongest skills. Number four, try something new. If you have not got enough exposure either in terms of doing variety of things or managing the crisis, then you can try few new things like taking up a new hobby or participating in some events or taking up a new sport or learning a new language or doing some technical project as per your area of your interest. Number five, take few personality assessment tests. There are a lot of free tests available online. While these assessments may not reveal your 100% traits, you might get some ideas that will be helpful in understanding your strengths. Number six, look at your hobbies. We develop a lot of skills through our hobbies. Let's say if your hobby is playing chess, you would have acquired skills like concentration, analytical thinking, problem solving, patience, etc. So take a look at all your hobbies and see what skills you improved. These 6 aspects will help you understand what strengths you have. Now we would like to give you a few questions which will further make it easy for you. Number 1, what do you like about yourself? Because the things we like about ourselves are usually things we are good at. Number 2, What do you enjoy doing? We usually enjoy what we are good at. Number 3. What are some unusual skills you have? The word unusual forces us to think about what's different about us. Number 4. What are you are proud of in your life? Consider what strengths you use or used in this area. Number 5. What are 3 of your greatest strengths? A sneaky question. Using the word greatest implies there are other strengths too and really focuses the mind. Number 6. What was your first achievement? Even if it seems boring or small now, as an adult, this early achievement gives pointers to innermost strengths. 7. What do you get complimented on most? This tells you what others admire and like about you. Look for skills and strengths underneath. Number 8. What do I do especially well? Number 9. What seems easy to learn and easy to do? Number 10. What indispensable knowledge do I have? How is this a strength? Number 11. What activities was I drawn to when I was a child? Number 12. What skills have I learned rapidly and mastered quickly? Number 13. What skills, abilities or qualities account for my greatest success? Number 14. What activities do I get completely immersed in? Number 15. What part of my job do I do better than other people? Assessing your personal weakness. Your weaknesses are found in the things that seem difficult to learn and difficult to do. There are 3 main reasons why you have weaknesses. You have weaknesses because of lack of experience, because you have been misguided in some way, and because of a set of limiting beliefs which led to less than optimal habits of thinking. Lack of knowledge and experience. You have had very limited experience in certain areas of your life because you have probably shown little interest in these areas. Being misguided weaknesses can also manifest from the fact that you are misguided in some way. You might, for instance, have certain traits, characteristics, behaviors and limiting beliefs that you learned and picked up from observing other people. No matter how these tendencies developed, they aren't working for you in the way that you might have imagined, and as a result they become weaknesses because they don't get you the results you are after. Limiting beliefs. Your lack of experience or the fact that you are misguided in some way in the past starts resulting in limiting beliefs, and as a result you have a set of limiting beliefs in certain areas of your life that negatively influence your behaviors, decisions, thoughts and actions. Let's say that nobody ever showed how you think about something or how you approach a specific task in an optimal way. As a result of this lack of knowledge and experience, you do things ineffectively. However, your ineffective approach doesn't mean that you are not capable. You might in fact be very capable. You just need to change how you think or what you believe about the situation. Then as a result, this will shift what you do within the situation. Other reasons for weaknesses. Alternatively, your weaknesses can also stem from a lack of resources, a lack of support or a lack of self-discipline. When you have necessary resources, the required support and the discipline needed to see something through to the end, then that is when what initially seemed like a weakness can turn quickly into a strength. However, for this to occur, you must be open and willing to accept the fact that you are simply not living up to your full potential. In fact, you may very well have an ample amount of untapped potential that's just bursting to come out. All that's required is that you begin to see your weaknesses not as something that you are stuck with, but rather something that simply hasn't been developed to its full extent. Finally, you might get a thought like, should you focus on your strengths or should you work on your areas of your improvement? You will always have a natural ability for certain things. These are the things that come easiest to, and as such these are the things that you must spend the majority of your time focusing on, the things that will bring you the highest returns, and that essentially comes down to concentrating on your strengths. However, this doesn't mean that you should ignore your weaknesses. As a matter of fact, it's critically important that you take the time to understand your weaknesses. It's important because it will prevent you from engaging in activities that will be of little worth or value in the long run. That's all for this video. We will talk about how to exhibit strengths effectively in the next video. See you soon.